In 2013, as our business elite baseball training continued to grow, at this point we had 30 or 40 instructors underneath our elite umbrella. It was very difficult for me to get to each instructor and train them over a long period of time without them just shadowing me in the cage. Even then, they couldn't really ask that many questions when I'm in the cage with a client. So what I did, I decided I'm going to shoot my entire video library and the philosophy that is behind it, and we created EliteBaseball.tv. The EliteBaseball.tv was originally intended for our instructors. And then as our instructors began to venture out and get other jobs in the industry, we started to think, clients and other coaches around the country would probably really like to use this as well. And at first of all, it's like, man, you're protective of your brand, you're protective of what you've done, building up your philosophy of hitting over a long period of time, as I've been coaching nearly 20 years at this point. And I thought, no, this is the right thing to do. We wanted to reach as many coaches and get the information, the latest information that I was learning myself through digging into data and looking at technology and just being in the cage with really good hitters, both at the youth age and the professional level, over a long period of time. So that evolved over time. So we have our philosophy that is what we call our 12-week hitting plan. It includes all the drills that we do with our players, both amateur and professional. But we wanted to make this more personalized and individualized too. So the next evolution of this process was putting in a drill filter. I can't tell you how many times a parent has come to me and said, my son or daughter has these 3 issues. 1, they're rolling the ball over all the time. They're hitting weak pop flies to the opposite field side. Or every time they swing, I see their head facing their third base coach. And I thought, now a lot of these problems have a root cause. And if you don't know the root cause, doing a drill for it is just really putting a Band-Aid on it. So in our drill filter, we explained why the flaws occur and then specific drills that would be good for the player to be doing to help them in that manner. And it still continued to evolve past that. We were able to put practice organization in. We were able to put a defensive double play interactive guide on all the different feeds that a middle infielder may do. Our pitching sequence with Travis Kerber was filmed in the very same manner that we were doing on the hitting side, that you could follow along in a travel program or high school program, and you have an entire off-season guide for both pitching and hitting. And finally, we started to put bunt defenses and first and third coverage in for coaches to use in both in paper and as well as video format that you can sit down with your team and have a chalk talk session. Finally, as we take this last step of EliteBaseball.tv's continued evolution, the final piece of this personalization comes from our movement screen. Every player has a unique characteristic that they bring into the batter's box with them that makes them swing the way they do. And they do this in a swing or a throw based on their previous athletic background or their injury history, and really just how they learn to start to move as a young person going into being a young adult. The movement screen will tell you the flaws that you have in basic human movement and how they are going to relate to your hit or your throw. Just attacking that with a ball in your hand or a bat in your hand won't get the job done. And again, it's putting that same Band-Aid on the flaw. You have to get to the root cause of that flaw. And that's going to be correcting human movement with a series of drills that we have that we call our movement prep plan. But some of these physiological things are strength issues too. And strength programs for a baseball player are so much different than every sport because of the rotational manner and sequencing that we have to do to be a good hitter or thrower. So based on your movement screen, we can have an individualized workout plan that we send to you that's customized for you based on what your movement screen said you needed to be working on. So now we have an all-encompassing site that you can come to us either as a young player just getting started in the game, look at our kids corner and say, this is what I need to be doing when I'm 6, 7, and 8-year-old, or I'm taking this way more seriously. I want to see how far I can take baseball as long as I can and go from start to finish. Get your movement screen, find out your customized workout plan, your movement prep plan, and then get to be the best hitter or pitcher or defensive player that you can by following our drill progressions. We hope you end up becoming a lifelong member of this site. Most of the people that we have that have started with us from 2013, the interesting thing is we've rarely ever raised the price of this. We just keep adding content to it. And that won't stop. Every week, we continue to come in here and film our members blog section so you can see what's on my mind and what my latest trends in the cage may be. It kind of coincides with our Twitter feed at elite_baseball, and you'll find that our members blog and that Twitter feed often go hand in hand as you get into the conscious of my mind as a coach and what I'm doing in our facility or in the cage. And that's kind of the easiest way for me to feel like I'm interacting with you, albeit digitally. So we hope you join the site and you become that lifelong member, and we enjoy being able to bring the content to you and help you on the field.